video from a Christian guy, so I don't know if I'm going to agree with him or not. But the topic is not this guy who is a smart Christian life neat. But he says that Kenneth Copeland says the devil is a black man. Now, before we begin, I think I would like to start here with saying that it's no surprise that racist shit is coming out of Kenneth Copeland's mouth, nor is it surprising that it's coming out of a Christian's mouth. And I, as an anti-theist and an atheist, it saddens me to see a Christian who is a black guy watching someone be racist from the pulpit and not connecting where the religion originated in his culture, because it came, of course, only through osmosis via slavery, right? Like, there's no way around it. This was forced into the culture. So it always makes me feel a little bad. So anyway, let's hear what Kenneth Copeland has to say and what this guy's take is on it.
Kenneth Copeland is a moron.
I agree.
That's it. He's a moron. I need to make a correction. Kenneth Copeland is not a moron. He is a probably racist moron. Probably, more than likely. Or he's just ignorant. So I'm sitting here doing some work, and I see this, and I guess this is something that Larry Reed uncovered or showed. And I got a kick out of this. And this is Kenneth Copeland, who is 147 years old. I know he said he wants to live till, I forgot how old. He looks like he's that old. But
how old is Kenneth Copeland? That's worth asking. Because he is sick for 88 years old. 88 years old and just continues to look fucking crazy. Is a detriment to society. 3 private jets, yelling at people. Fucking freak. This guy sucks. Anyway, Christianity is a scam, and it's really sad to see members of it go, wait, this guy's scamming.
But listen to what he says about the color of the devil.
Really convinced he's ebony black.
What's that supposed to...
Why?
Why?
Has the white man, the yellow man, the brown man, anyone been persecuted like the black man? No.
Yeah, he's 88 years old for sure. He shows every bit of it throughout his personality. That is an 88-year-old person.
Why? Well, the color of the skin. That's what I'm trying to get over to. I'm convinced he was ebony black.
Is he pro-Satan? Satan was ebony black because black people were persecuted? Wow, I don't even know.
And gorgeous. Have you ever seen ebony? The wood itself and the grain.
I fucking love wood, dude. I fucking love wood. I ever talk to y'all about wood? Oh, I love me some ash. Some cherry, but nothing's better than a good, dark, ebony, black hardwood. You just rub yourself on it. Hard as Satan, I say.
And he had musical instruments built within him. Everything but the trumpet, that's God's.
He had musical...
Again, I'm the one that makes Lucifer cringe.
He had musical instruments built within him? Thought for sure he was about to say, have you ever seen Ebony Magazine? Holy shit.
It's made of mahogany. Mahogany.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mormons have a similar view of how black people came to be a mahogany.
Phil Driscoll let me know that for sure. Now, to me, that answers a big question.
What the fuck? Hold on, what is this? Satan instruments? Instruments of Satan is often used figuratively to describe things considered harmful or evil in some religious context. At first, musical instruments. Satan has instruments in his body. Ezekiel 28. Okay, we're going to read it. It is time. The Lord came and said to me, Son of man, say the ruler of Tyre. He is Arnold. He says, Son of man, take up a lament concerning the king of Tyre. He sounds like a Nazi. That's weird. You were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone adored you. Carnelian, chrysolite, and emerald. Topaz, onyx, and jasper. Lapis, lazuli, turquoise, and beryl. Your setting and mountings were made of gold. On the day you were created so your settings and mountings were made of gold? Is this it? Your settings and mountings were made of gold? Because I'm told it's 13. The verse describes Satan as adorned with every precious jewel imaginable and suggests that the workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in the day of the creator. So this part. Let's see it in a different version. Let's go to fucking New King James. The workmanship of your timbrels and pipes was prepared for you on the day you were created. Timbrels and pipes. I'm also seeing tabrets and pipes. So no one knows what the fuck this means. Timbrel is a cool word, though. Like a tambourine. This sounds like someone's being poetic. And obviously, that's what's happening. So he thinks there's actual... I've never heard a Christian say there are instruments set into Satan's body, which is... Whew.
Yeah, the question that it answers is how ignorant, how stupid, how dumb, and now how racist are you? That is just really, really silly. It makes absolutely no sense for him to say that. Now, truth be told, we don't know what the devil looks like.
There we go. Satan looking like this? Dude, this would be Satan. Just a guy trying to help. So this is where it's like, he's like, this guy's so stupid. Also, we don't even know what Satan looks like. Like, fuck, man.
We are told, we're given some descriptions of him. We're told that he is beautiful. We can go with that. But trying to extrapolate what he looks like, it's just dumb, and it's just rich for you to come up and say that you think he's black. Now, I'm thinking probably maybe in his mind, oh, baby, I done stepped in it. I probably shouldn't say that. Or you know what? Maybe with his mind, he's really giving this some thought. That's probably what it is. He's given it some thought.
Oh, are you talking yourself into Kenneth Copeland's position in the course of 2 minutes?
How he comes up with this, I wouldn't even pretend to know. I wouldn't even want to try to get into his mind, his little frame of thought. But that does bring up an opportunity to kind of go over some things dealing with the devil. The Bible tells us this about him.
Oh, love it, learn it, live it. Be a smart Christian. I think it's so sad because, like, otherwise intelligent individuals stop using logic and start using, like, okay, well, how does the Bible equate to this? And so they go through life blind as fuck, going like, I don't have answers for fucking anything, because, you know, if you try to match up reality with, oh, what's the biblical explanation for this happening, you're going to get a lot of mixed results. And so you're not going to be able to reliably travel through the world and solve problems, right? This is why it's inherently harmful to, like, believe it, because he can't even like think through. This is just a situation where Kenneth Copeland, who is a believer and a grifter, he's being a racist. He's just being a racist. And he's doing this old-timey racist thing where he tried to say Satan is black. Ebony black. So pinning Satan on black people, of course. But also he tried to say, and they describe Satan as beautiful. And to try to, like, cover up the insult with, but at least you're aesthetically appealing to my white sensibilities. It's strange. Mahogany God. It kind of rolls, though. It has a roll to it.
It says in 2 Corinthians 11:12, when Paul is speaking about undermining these people who are not like us, such as Kenneth Copeland, he says, I make it's my mission to undermine it, to cut off any opportunity to show that someone like a Kenneth Copeland is on the same side as us. And now, if you want to know what he looks like, he probably looks more like you. Not that he's white, no, but some characteristics that you have, or I should say, you have the same kind of characteristics that the devil has.
I think a pretty popular secular reading of the Bible from, like, a sassy point of view is that Satan is the good guy in the Bible and God is bad. But the perspective of the Bible is from people who are on the bad team. And so they describe Satan in an uncharitable way, which I think is cool and interesting. And I would read that book. I actually think Paradise Lost is really interesting because of Satan's perspective. And, like, you get like, what do you mean what? You get, like, his thought process behind, like, we're trapped in hell. By the way, did you know that the mechanisms of hell in the theology of Christianity are, like, you can, like, move to and fro from hell to heaven through a doorway as long as you have the key? Isn't that nuts?
Because look what he says. He says, "For such men are false apostles, deceitful workers, disguising themselves as apostles of Christ. No wonder, for even Satan disguised himself as an angel of light." Is he?
Satan didn't disguise himself as an angel of light, though. Satan was an angel of light in the theology, and then he, didn't. So the guy that's doing this isn't even like doing it right. He's like disguises himself as an angel. No, he was one.
Is he saying that Satan looks like he's light or bright in color? No. Therefore, it is not surprising if his servants also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness, whose end will be according to their deeds. Now, again, we don't know the color of him, but we do know kind of the form he's going to come in. He comes in the form of someone who is looks the part, says the part, sounds the part, smells the part, talks the part, all of those things. Let's go and look to Ezekiel 28. Ezekiel 28. Now, is this an actual literal description of him? Don't know. There's just no.
I think there's no description of the character of Satan on purpose. Like what does Satan smell like? Brimstone, sulfur, and Axe body spray. Paradise Lost is like Bible fan fiction with Satan as the dreamy bad boy. It really is. It's sick. I like it.
No way to know, because again, he is a cherubim. He's a fallen angel, and how are they dressed? Could they actually?
So a fallen angel, like this is way more interesting a conversation for me to have with like an actual Christian, which is what I would like to do. But Christians, for some reason, are very scared to test their faith. Why does God create angels? Why does God create anything? So God, a perfect being, creates an imperfect world filled with evil. Although he's supposed to be a holy, good God, he fills the world with evil and causes people to be pretty evil to each other, causes animals to be pretty evil to each other, then makes angels. The angels are capable of evil, as Satan shows, and he has fallen angels on his side during the wars and shit. It seems to me that God is a failure at every step. He even had to scrub his alpha build of this and flood the whole thing. This God isn't competent. This is the same type of belief that, like, to believe that this is an example of competence is part of the reason that Trump is so unassailable to these people. When I say they can't critically think and they can't like diagnose reality in front of them, this is what I mean. They can't see failure in front of their face because they're conditioned to say, oh yes, this is an example of success, like the ultimate success and the ultimate morality. Sometimes you gotta fucking flood some people, even if you say you love them. Sometimes you gotta murder your own kid and can't figure out a way to do it in any different. Like, it's an archaic, chaotic place. And, like, these were just people writing down their thoughts about the universe, and they were like, God must be a violent, chaotic creature because my life is like that.
It's cold.
Space monkey, thanks for following. Me too. We are all space monkeys. I agree. We're just on a rock floating through the universe, man. Hey, man.
Look like these stones? Don't know. Have no idea. But he says, you were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was your covering. Does he mean that he was covered in these stones? Don't know. Don't have no idea. The ruby, the topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper.
We just read this.
The piece of lazuli. I don't know what that is.
Lapis lazuli. It's a blue stone. You could just look it up. This is what I'm saying. You could just like look it up. 2 seconds. I don't know what that is. Lapis lazuli is a precious stone that is mentioned in the Bible like dozens of times. He should know what the fuck this is. You didn't read this word the hundreds of times it shows up in the fucking Bible. You've never looked it up. This is what I'm talking about. How? I'm mad. This guy's be a smart Christian. I don't know what that is. Just fucking look up stuff. Be curious. Have you ever read a fucking book other than this? Shit, man. Use a fucking encyclopedia. How you got Greek grammar books back here? Click over to Wikipedia for 2 seconds. Learn something. How far into lapis lazuli? This is what. How far into lapis lazuli do I get before a biblical contradiction? By the way, lapis lazuli is sort of a deep metamorphic rock, uses a semi-precious stone, been prized since antiquity for its intense color, originating. I mean, you could argue that metamorphic rock is biblically inaccurate because it makes up 12% of the Earth's surface and is, of course, millions of years old. Also, plate tectonics are opposed to the biblical creation account because plate tectonics are what creates the shape of the world, like the land that is on top of everything. And they say that plate tectonics aren't true because if they were, you would have proof of an old Earth. They say, in fact, instead, the Earth was shaped with the flood, and that's why the oceans are huge. That's where the water settled. Look stuff up. Rocks are cool. Rocks are so cool.
The turquoise and the emerald and the gold, the workmanship of your settings and sockets was in you on the day that you were created. They were prepared. You were the anointed cherub who covers, and I placed you there. You were on the holy mountain of God. You walked in the midst of the stones of fire. You were blameless in your ways from the day you were created until unrighteousness was found in you.
So unrighteousness was found in you. So it's crazy, right? How does God create angels with unrighteousness in them? Where does unrighteousness come from if God created the universe and all things in it, including all mechanisms, all thoughts, all possibilities? It is God's fault. If you believe in God, you must believe that he created the parameters for the evils that exist inside of his universe. You must. It's impossible to run away from it.
Now, there's one part in here that I want to go back and look at that people kind of mistake to think that this is something to show that he was over the choir. He was the worship leader in heaven. And that is in this particular verse. This is verse 13 where he says that the gold of the workmanship of your settings and sockets was in your day. Now, some versions might say these pipes as though that he could sing. I don't know. I have no idea. But he was certainly not the minister of music in heaven. But
he was certainly not the minister of music in heaven. Is that a churchy thing? Minister of music?
Let's put that to the side. The Bible didn't describe his color, what he looked like.
Did the adorable anime girl get back to you, Jake? Who are you talking about?
That he would even look like a man, let alone a black man. That's really insulting, but for some reason, I'm just not insulted. I'm not
Christianly?
I get a kick out of it because when someone that ignorant and that silly says something like that, all you can do is laugh. You don't get outraged. Don't get outraged at this false prophet, this senile false prophet. This
senile false prophet. What are the good prophets, man? Like, what are they? How do you even parse which ones of them are good? I guess it just has to be. It's like a Venn diagram between your religious beliefs and your political beliefs, and your otherwise secular sensibilities.
Is ignorant and now racist. Senile false prophet. Think about that, to be senile and racist at the same time. And on your
that's a lot of senile. There's most of the racists are senile.
Way to hell.
And on your way to hell.
And here's what's funny. He's going to actually get a chance to see him face to face, to see, oh, okay, now I see what you look like. Now that's not going to matter because man, it sure is hot down here. And I don't think you're going to really care too much about what the devil looks like. But don't get too up in arms about this. As a matter of fact, do this. Don't let the enemy cause you to get too out of place. Don't let the enemy cause you to get upset because of this foolish person. When a foolish person like him says something, just disregard it.
Just disregard it. I'm seeing the worst culture ever, and you have a bunch of mugshots of black folks. So are you even opposed to what he's saying, or do you just not like how he's saying it? Like, saying that you're Satan is too far, but saying other racist shit isn't? Protesting is the work of Satan, yeah.
Fun with it. Do that. And so, if I had to make myself clear, as I said before, Kenneth Copeland is a moron. No, correction. Kenneth Copeland is now a racist moron.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that Kenneth Copeland is a racist moron. Man. You can literally say anything and be a successful Christian businessman. I don't know if their drivel makes any fucking sense whatsoever.